Have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. This video might get deleted. Just letting you know. Don't know why I'm doing this, but I wanted to share this moment with you all. Okay? This country has been going crazy with Donald Trump at the helm, President Donald Trump at the helm. They don't trust his direction, so everyone's panicking. Everyone but the people that voted for him. Contrary to what you believe, a lot more people believe in what he's doing than are against him. Clearly, we've seen that in the red wave. Even with everything he's been doing, people still got his back. But I'm not going to get too deep tonight. Pause. I will say this. As a matter of fact, before we even go forward, do me a favor. Hit the like button for me. Hit the like button for me. That will be extremely helpful. That's the only price of admission for our live streams, is to simply hit the like button. And shout out to all my blues for pulling up and helping out as much as you always do. All right, guys. So we're kind of taking a small break. We're showing something that just now came out. Kamala unedited. We have to watch this. We have to look at it together. I don't know how much CBS will allow us to watch without shutting us down. Okay? But we are going to have nothing but brutal honesty in this live stream. But let's continue to move forward the way we have been. Don't get afraid of the tariffs and all this talk about Elon Musk taking over the country. All right? I'm just saying. We pray or we worry. Which one are you going to do? One counters the other. If you're going to worry, the best way to beat worrying is to pray about it. If you're going to pray about it, you cannot worry about it. You've already placed it in God's hands. Okay? But we have to watch this together. Again, this live stream can very well be shut down in the middle of us watching this. Not only because CBS owns this, and they probably want to strike anybody's channel that watches it, but Democrats don't want us to see the full truth of what Kamala Harris represented. They want to sell some sort of a fantasy to our country right now that had she won, there wouldn't be all of this chaos going on right now. We need to watch this together. Hit the like button, guys. Sorry to be all super dramatic, but we got to watch this together. Let's get to it.
Okay, and then you know that mold is at an all-time high today, which is the one thing I am allergic to.
Yeah. And also, guys, and just to let people know this, and I know you said roll the film. Let people know this. If they ask me why I'm showing pictures like this while we're watching it, I'm doing this periodically just to block the video. Not all of it, but I would do it periodically to try not to get booted off of YouTube tonight. So if we can do this successfully, this could be an amazing stream. If we can't, then y'all gonna be like, we don't see you. They got him. They got him. Sorry, Van. And shout out to everyone who won the $100 giveaway. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Much love. I received your emails back, and much love to everybody else who submitted an entry. Okay. And shout out to everyone who received an inauguration coin. One of the 4 people I sent one to did not receive it. So if you don't receive it by next week, I'm just going to send you mine. I have one that I kept for myself, just one left over that looked just like the inauguration coin. I mean, look like the inauguration ticket. And it has all of the names of everybody on the committee of the inauguration task force that got it, that put it all together. So again, if you don't receive it by next week, then I'll just send you mine. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it, guys. Let's get it.
Okay. Pollen is down.
Mold is up.
Mold is up. I know that as a matter of fact, because I was watching CBS this morning.
There you go.
Now that I think about it.
Learn something new every day.
Indeed.
Coming around.
Let me know in the comments if you think if you wish we had Kamala in office, or let me know. Let me see. DAB, the acronym DAB for dodge the bullet. So put DAB inside of the chat if you believe we dodged the bullet. I don't want a whole bunch of bullets inside of the chat because that might look something, but just let me know. All right.
Got it on both? Good done? Yes.
No problem. Just do what you need to do.
Do what you need to do. Fix my hair, baby. I want to look good.
We're all perfectly happy?
Everybody happy? You good?
I'm good.
All right. Well, Madam Vice President, one, thank you for doing this.
Of course.
And thank you for inviting us into your home.
Of course.
We're going to be running this on the anniversary of the Hamas attack
Yeah.
on Israel.
October 7th.
So let's just start with Israel. Yeah.
Okay, whoever's in the dining room. Okay.
They heard somebody eating.
Start with Israel.
Okay.
They heard somebody eating in the dining room. Somebody was chewing them crackers a little too loud. He was like, wait a minute, who in there eating? We can hear through the microphone. Oh, my bad. My bad. Hey, thank you for the super chat, Julio.
The events of the past.
And we are going to do what is important to support whatever leadership is in Israel that is defending the security of the state of Israel.
Let's shift gears here. Most basic of questions. Why do you want to be president of the United States?
There are many reasons, but probably first and foremost, I truly believe in the promise of America. I do. And I love the American people. We are a people who have ambition and aspirations and dreams and optimism and hope. If you look at the character of who we are and how we have achieved the strength that we have achieved, I believe in large part it is because of our character and our belief in the promise of America. And I'm running for president because I want to do everything that is possible to create an opportunity for people to achieve those goals, those ambitions, and those dreams.
Hold up. So basically, she wants to be president so she can be a motivational speaker. That's what I heard. Because the American people have goals and dreams and promises of a dream, and she want to make sure that they believe that they can have goals and dreams and promises of a damn dream. Yo, what the? Oh my gosh. I pray everybody watches this. This is so beautiful. Thank you, Lord. The Lord blessed us with this. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. What? She wanted to be a motivational speaker. You do realize that you can continue to do that. As a matter of fact, now that you lost, you got a lot more time to go and tell people to dream. What the hell? She didn't say anything about no policy, no nothing. Okay, I'm sorry.
And that is why you will hear me talk about my plan for an opportunity economy, to invest in what we can do, not only to bring the cost of living and prices down for folks, because even though we've achieved a lot of success, prices are still too high. You know it, I know it. But what we can do to invest in.
You know it and I know it. Yes, I daggone know it. And I believe I know why the prices were so damn high. You see, because we had a president by the name of Joe Biden, and he had a lovely vice president by the name of Kamala Harris, right? And they wasn't doing what the hell they were supposed to do. So everything ended up being high as hell. I'm sorry, we're gonna continue to watch this, but all right.
The innovation that is happening in startups and our small businesses, what we can do to invest in the industries of the future, what we can do to maintain America's strength in the global context.
But that's why
She loved that word context.
you want to run. That's why you want to be.
That's why I'm running.
President.
That and some other reasons.
But you're asking the American people to make you the most powerful person on the planet.
Mhm.
Why do you deserve the American people's votes?
Well, first of all, I have a career and a history of being very clear that I think of my role of leadership, and in particular now for the last 4 years as vice president and moving forward as president, if the voters will have me, as being a leader on behalf of all Americans. As you know, I spent the majority of my career as a prosecutor. And I'm going to tell you, I never asked a victim of crime, a witness, whether they were a Democrat, are you Republican, are you an independent? The only thing I ever asked folks is, are you okay?
Okay, so let's play a game. All right, I just need y'all to help me out. Just help me out. Just let me know if you believe she answered the questions or she's doing a weave. I don't know. It just sounds to me like she's not answering the questions. I'm sorry. This is just because she jumped way back into when she was an attorney again, and she loved to do that. Okay, I see why they edited so much of this out. All right, let's go ahead.
And I believe that America deserves a leader who works on behalf of all Americans and understands the importance of knowing that the vast majority of us have so much more in common than what separates us.
Just so you guys know, this is the unedited version of the 60 seconds interview that she had. That was highly edited, and some answers were the answers that they gave us in short were to other questions. Like they will ask a question in the beginning, and they'll take a good answer from the end of the video and put it to that, and so that they can present it as this is Kamala being highly misrepresented, but they wanted to appease a certain audience so she can get across the finish line. All right, so this is the unedited version. That's what we're checking out. The potential of us being shut down right now is very high. So you're going to see me throwing up pictures over the video from time to time. I told the people that in the beginning. I'm just letting you know that now for everyone that's pulling up at the moment. Okay, so hit the like button, get comfortable, get you a snack. All right, and let me know if you feel like we should have picked Kamala as the president or if we dodged the bullet. Don't write dodge the bullet, just put DAB in the comment section. And thank you everyone for pulling up tonight. Okay.
And my career and my work has always been about being grounded in common sense approaches to getting things done.
Hmm.
And
60 minutes. My bad, not 60 seconds. 60 minutes. Hey, don't be no jerk, Aquila Cornwall. Don't do that to me. I'm getting old. Okay.
when it comes to what we need to do as it relates to national security, we just had that conversation. That includes understanding and respecting the power and the strength of the United States of America and our then responsibility to be a global leader, to nurture and strengthen our alliances around the world, to respect the U.S. military and its most noble mission, to do the work of appreciating alliances, be it NATO or others.
Yes, and I do want to take the moment to say RIP to Irv Gotti, man. RIP to Irv Gotti. For everybody who know Ja Rule, for everyone who knows of Ashanti, the rapper and singers and songwriters Ja Rule and Ashanti, Irv Gotti was their executive producer, their muscle, their money, their family. You know what I mean? He was behind Murder Inc. And he just now passed away. He had a bunch of strokes, and I don't know all of the medical issues that went down, but I do know that his family is going through it right now. So you guys may not know who he is, but just say, Lord, bless bless his family, and bless anyone who loved him. All right, all right. Just let you know. R.I.P. to Irv Gotti. Okay.
To do the work of pursuing diplomacy when it is in the best interest of our national security and prosperity.
Hmm.
And my experiences tell me not only that those must be priorities of the United States of America and the President of the United States of America and the Commander in Chief of the United States of America, but also all of those experiences tell me that the American people in this election have a clear choice. Because on the other side of the equation, we are looking at the former president, Donald Trump, who has shown himself to be, when he was a commander in chief, someone who gave away America's standing in terms of our principles of standing up to dictators and autocrats. You see how he compliments Putin even today. Someone who was prepared to walk away from our alliances. NATO is the strongest military alliance the world has ever known. We have seen someone in Donald Trump who openly criticizes the United States military, men and women who are prepared to, at great sacrifice, serve our country and defend the principles upon which we were founded. He calls them suckers and losers.
But Madam Vice President, a quarter. Let's move on to the economy. As you were saying, well, first of all, the economy and inflation, those are the primary concerns of the American voters this election year. You just got some blockbuster jobs report, a blockbuster job report the other day. And there are lots of signs that the American economy is doing very well, better than most countries, I think. But the American people don't seem to be feeling it. Groceries are 25% higher than when you took office.
This is the unedited version, gang. That's why we're checking it out. And also, I saw that Benny Johnson called her utterly retarded when he saw it. And when Benny Johnson said that, I was like, why would he say that? He said that I'm not going to say the word again because I got fussed at by one of my blues for saying the word. I'm not going to say which one, but one of them got mad at me, right? But he said that. That's why we're checking it out. Also, with everything going on in the world, I think it's time for us to pull up a chair, have a nice time together, get yourself a drink, preferably some H2O. Get you some water. Take a swig. And let's watch this and talk about whether or not we dodged the bullet or whether you feel like we should have picked Kamala after all. Believe it or not, there are some people who like, well, I don't know about Trump, them tariffs. Businesses about to start losing a lot of money. Maybe I made the wrong decision. Elon Musk got too much power. He's a supervillain. I didn't know it's going to be like this. Planes are falling out of the sky. I don't know what I'm going to do. Eggs are $10 a piece. Not $10 a carton, but $10 an egg. I see people going to the gas station purchasing singles. One egg. And it's not cooked. Okay.
And people
And thank you so much for the super chats, gang. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal, man. Love y'all. Y'all are dope.
are blaming you and Joe Biden for that.
Yes, it's their fault.
So you are correct that under our leadership, the United States of America has recovered and is stronger than any other so-called developed nation in the world, in particular after the crisis that was the pandemic. And understand, we came into office.
Plan. We done went over this already. We done seen the documents. Okay. We done seen the documents. In 2019, we were paying China out of our own pockets to work on this pandemic. I told y'all guys, I prayed that this live stream is not shut down because we're going to have a real conversation here. This is the unedited version of Kamala. We got to talk about it. She was doing some twisting of the tongue a little bit, and she was not called out by her own people. For some strange reason, they get real deaf, dumb, and blind when their own side just lie their asses off. But we already know also that's why Fauci needed that pardon. I'm just saying. If Fauci did not have that pardon, clank, 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 clank. That's all I'm going to say.
Facing a disaster in large part because of the mismanagement of the former president, Donald Trump. The
mismanagement of something that y'all created? We created something horrible. We created something horrible. The federal government created something horrible, and he mismanaged it. And now we're pissed off about it. How did he mismanage something that the FBI paid for? I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous. Okay.
Where the economy was in a slump, people were dying by the hundreds. It was a real crisis. But because of our approach and our issue I've taken on before as Attorney General, the issue of price gouging, which is not all, but some corporations and businesses that take advantage of a crisis and jack prices up, making the cost of groceries and other everyday essentials too expensive for the American people. I'm taking on the issue of housing. It's a big issue in our country. It's too expensive. There were generations before us that believed they could achieve the American dream, which included home ownership. Now I travel our country. I talk to young people every day, and they are so concerned they'll never be able to afford to buy a home or even start a family because of the cost of housing. So part of my plan is to put the resources into partnering with builders and developers to create incentives for them to build 3 million new homes by the end of my first term. And my plan includes giving first-time home buyers a $25,000 down payment assistance so they can just get their foot in the door.
I should have voted for Kamala if I'm going to give me $25,000 to buy a new house. I did not know that she was going to be giving me $25,000 to buy a new house. Also did not know that she created 16 million jobs. Or is it 1.6 million jobs? That's what I did not know, that they was creating all of these jobs. I didn't know that they was creating all these jobs, boosting the economy so well, even bringing over people by the millions. I think it was upwards of 10 to 14 million people from other countries. Some of them we was flying in first class. Come on over here. Would you like apple juice or a gin and tonic? I mean, we was bringing them over here, covering. I mean, putting roofs over their head, money in their pockets, making sure that they were good. We were really trying to boost the economy, but for some strange reason, all of their plans failed. How is it that all of these new people got jobs? All of these new people entered our country, but yet the economy still wasn't boosted. How did you guys not accomplish that with more people, with more free money in their pockets? Please answer that. I'm dumbfounded. I have to know the answer to that. That's the only reason why I'm playing this. Because everyone has revisionist history. Whenever we're talking about what's happening right now, people remember when and start to speculate. So that's why we're having this conversation. Someone did say that we have a bunch of thumbs down in the like department, but they believe that it could potentially be some Kamala supporters. That's okay. If you are a Kamala supporter, that's cool. Put the thumb down and let me know how you really feel. Speak up with your chest. All right. Everybody else hit the like button with the thumbs up. All right. Just to help the algorithm of this video. Benny Johnson said that she sounded in the unedited, a certain word, silly, in the unedited interview. So we're checking it out live. All right, let's get to it. And thank you everyone for the super chats. I really appreciate it. What can be unburdened by what has been. All right.
Let's talk about that. You want to expand the child.
Guys, if this makes any sense to you all, Dodge the biggest ever. Dodge the biggest. When she had to talk about money and the economy, yo, she's not comfortable. She's not comfortable at all. Thank you so much for the super chat, guys. I see them coming in. John O'Rourke, thank you, brother. Sandy, their definition of creating jobs equal replacing the jobs which were abandoned, lost, or abolished around COVID. Yep. All of the jobs that were lost during COVID, they just said, okay, y'all can go back to work. Boom, we created those jobs. Boom, we created those jobs. We created those jobs. That's what they did. Yep, you're absolutely right. Thank you, Sandy. Van, I ordered your YouTube classes and I lost the URL for the classes. Can you give me a link? I haven't. Yes. Let me look for your name later and I will, Lily. Thank you. Also, never mind. I found it in your description. You been smoking that Chiba Chiba, huh? Have you been sipping tonight, Lily? I'm just messing with you, baby. All right, let's go.
Constituents know exactly what I'm talking about.
They know what I'm
Their
talking about.
constituents are
They know what I'm talking about.
firefighters and teachers and nurses. Their constituents are middle class, hardworking folk who know that it is not right that hardworking people are paying a higher tax rate than the richest people who can afford to pay their fair share. So that's how we deal with it. But understand also,
Kamala says her economic plan was literally, and this is the best way to say it. Her economic plan was rob Peter to pay Paul. That's it. And quietly, people in Congress, they know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about. Oh man, we trust that so much.
that this is, yes, it is about how we pay for what we're doing, but understand it's not, it doesn't end there. My plan is actually about strengthening America's economy, not just netting zero. My plan is about doing what we can do for small businesses and startups. Right now, the tax deduction bill for a startup, $5,000. In 2024, nary a person going to be able to start a small business with $5,000. So I'm going to extend it to $50,000. My plan is about what we need to do to, yes, expand the child tax credit, because for young families, for the first year of their child's life, $6,000 allows them to buy a crib, a car seat, and just be able to not just get by, but get ahead for that most critical stage of their child's development. We all benefit from that. We all benefit from that.
I understand, but that sounds great. It does. It all sounds good, but
I'm not buying it, is what he wants to say. I get it. You talked for the last 15 minutes. You still haven't answered my question, but I'm not buying it. It's what he wants to say. But since you are his guest, his esteemed guest, you're the vice president of America. Well, you was. Now JD Vance is. You was the vice president of America, running to be the president. King Dingling is what you was running for. He is letting you know that what he's hearing from you is full of sugar, honey, iced tea. Which blows my mind that she got as many votes as she got. When people seen this from her, she clearly never expressed how she was going to build the economy and build up these small businesses, other than robbing Peter to pay Paul. How in the hell is that your only plan? When you have another guy by the name of Donald Trump, you may or may not have heard of him, who was talking about putting tariffs on other countries to get them to do things that will never work. I'm sorry, it won't. It won't. I'm seeing a couple of countries bend the knee from those tariffs that y'all said would never work. That's what everyone kept on saying. Those tariffs would never work. They're never going to work. And y'all still are saying it. They're never going to work. They're never going to work. They seem to be working. But those tariffs was not taxing us. It was taxing these other countries, letting them know that you've been taking advantage of us for so long. And I was able to look at the books, and we need to renegotiate the understanding that we once had. Okay. As a matter of fact, get all of your people up out of my country. All right. And if they want to come back, they come back the right way. And until they do, you are going to protect the border, and you're going to pay for it. And you're going to make sure that no more drugs come into my country. What? I cannot believe he's doing that. He's so evil and racist. How is he doing all of this? Why is he kicking out all of these people who aren't citizens and paying taxes or anything, and then making their country protect our borders and have the audacity, the unmitigated gall, the nerve to tell them to make sure that no more drugs come in our country? This dude is evil. Everything he said he was going to do, so far he is doing it. I don't care how much they sell fear to y'all. Things are going to get dark. People will start turning their backs on Trump. Trust that. They are. But listen to this lady. This is the reason why we're checking this out. Because everything that she was saying then, and they are saying now, that Trump would do, that would not work, and it would be the most dumb thing ever, somehow is working. And this is only his second week in office. That's why we're checking this out. This is the unedited version, again, guys, if you're new to this live stream tonight, of Kamala on 60 Minutes. I said 60 seconds earlier, and they clowned me. And you see these lies, they're so lame and dry. And just let me know if you are at a point right now where you wish we would have picked Kamala, because you know people who are losing their jobs. You got friends and family who are losing their jobs, who are up in arms from everything that Trump's doing. They're seeing the protests and they're feeling bad. they have buyer's remorse from voting for Trump? Or do you believe that we dodged the bullet? Simply put DAB in the chat if you believe that we dodged the bullet. Okay.
The reality is these tax cuts have been in place for years.
Part of the work I've always done and the work I will do as president includes engaging the private sector to join in what we can do, whether it be, again, tax incentives for builders or developers, or what we need to do to increase the work I've already done to get some of our biggest finance houses and corporations to invest in community banks to increase access to capital for small businesses.
So
All
if,
of this work must be done, but we have to have a holistic approach that is comprehensive.
I guess what I was asking, if all of this makes so much sense, why has this not been done?
Because she don't know what the hell she's talking about. She hasn't said anything clear. They keep on saying that Trump had a concept of a plan and that Kamala had a plan. I want y'all to understand that everything that they're saying right now is about to be thrown back in their faces. They kept saying, she kept saying, Kamala kept saying, and everyone that believed in her kept saying that Trump had a concept of a plan, but he never had a plan. But we got a plan. Okay, he's been asking you the same damn question for 20 minutes now, and you have not clearly answered him. He is getting frustrated right now. That's why y'all are going back and forth. And you're dumb. You can't understand why he keep on asking you this question. You're like, I answered this 4 times already. What is his problem? No, you have not. He keep on saying, yo, how are we going to pay for this? You claim you're going to build up the economy. You claim you're going to get all these. You claim you created 1.6 million jobs. And then y'all brought in 10 to 14 million illegal immigrants or undocumented citizens, is which I want to, or undocumented peoples, whatever you want to call them. And then you put $1,400 in their pockets per family. You put shelters over their head. You put a spending card in their pockets. And they still didn't build the economy. That's what your plan was. You open the gates and you threaten any border states to not close them gates. If you do, you're going to have a problem with the feds. You all did that to attempt to boost the economy. Just like Biden and you kept on saying that it was this border bill that would have closed the border, but all Trump had to do was tell his people to vote for it. When we looked at it, we saw that $56 billion in that border bill was going to Ukraine, and like $12 billion was going toward the border. But you called it a border bill. And then when they were saying we're not going to sign it, we're not going to sign it, we're not going to sign it, it's not going to pass. What did Biden end up doing? Okay, well, we still want to get them votes, so we need to hurry up and send people out and get people up out of here and close the border. And then y'all started tightening the daggone. Okay, let's close the border, close the doors. All right, our first plan didn't work. The border bill is what we wanted to get passed, but that didn't go. So we got to go and close it. And then the numbers went down. And now on CNN, people on the left are talking about, well, you see that he did put the numbers went way down at the end of his term. And then Abby, what's her name? Abby Phillips on CNN, going to say, yeah, I mean, he was getting closer to the end of his term and Kamala was running for president and they decided to shut the gates. Shut the gates. Shut the gates. And y'all claim to have fixed the issue then. Y'all are so full of sugar, honey, iced tea, and I'm glad that I didn't vote for you. I hear all of the noise and the fear and the people losing their jobs and all of this stuff that I have questions about what's going on, some of these things. But I don't worry because I prayed about it already. But I do have questions. I voted for Trump. I didn't vote for other pieces that's connected, but I believe that he's putting the right pieces in place so that his plan could be accomplished. But we're looking at Kamala, unedited, way back in September when she did this, September 2024. And she didn't have a plan for nothing. Nothing. She just wanted him to accept my word salad, put a little bit of dressing on that, eat it, and move on to the damn next question. That's why a lot of people didn't vote for her.
You're dealing with a Congress that is divided, that many are in opposition to not only you, but your policies. So how are you going to make this
Bill,
come true?
if I approached my life as though, well, it's never been done before, therefore it cannot be done, I wouldn't be sitting here in this interview with you. That's the truth. But I do believe
She laughed by herself. She laughed by herself. He didn't even smirk. He just like, my God, lady, just answer the damn question, please. How are we going to pay for these things that you say you're going to? Sheesh, you're not funny. She want to be a motivational speaker. She ain't want to be president.
that we have to have leadership in our country as we turn the page on all of these sadly powerful forces that have been trying to divide us. We have to turn the page on that and chart a new way forward that is driven by building consensus and building common ground. Listen, you look at my campaign, I am supported by over 200 former members of Mitt Romney, John McCain, both President Bush, and even former President Trump's teams. I have the support of people Republicans who understand what is at stake in this election, be it as it relates to our democracy and our most fundamental principles. And I do believe, based on a collective understanding we have, that America's politics has to get back to the place of encouraging healthy debate, but not division for the sake of division.
Just a couple more economic questions here.
Sure.
Donald Trump says that tariffs on imports, well, that would be the solution to all of our economic woes. You criticize his plan for tariffs, yet the Biden-Harris administration has left many of the Trump-era tariffs in place, especially when it regards China. And President Biden has, in fact, expanded some of those tariffs. Would you continue the Trump-era tariffs if you're elected?
So part of the real problem that economists and others have pointed out about Trump's approach in this election, he is advocating what is at least a 20% tariff across the board on everyday necessities and goods, which economists have estimated will cost the average American family more than almost $4,000 a year, more than what they're already paying for everyday
you've got tariffs.
goods. But let me get to my point. On everyday goods, so a across the board blanket policy on tariffs for everyday goods and necessities. Tariff policy we cannot afford to have that is just a blind policy without looking at what we are talking about and what will it induce, what will it incentivize. On the point about China, look, America has to win the competition for the 21st century as it relates to China. And we need to have policy that includes investing in America, investing in American workers, investing in American manufacturing, investing in American supply chain. And that is, I believe, smart and important policy, not only for the sake of our security, but also our prosperity.
So let's move.
Did she answer the question? The question was, you all always got something to say about Trump's tariffs, but you all decided to keep his tariff on China. Why? Then she gave us some more Caesar got daggone salad or garden salad, whatever kind of salad it was. The one that got eggs and bacon and a couple of raisins and 3 different types of lettuce. It's probably spring lettuce. and some croutons, some chips, little pepper chips, red pepper chips, apple vinaigrette. That's what you end up giving us. You never give us anything clear, bruh. What the hell? How could anybody? Yo, if you are a Kamala voter, please let me know where I'm wrong. What am I missing? Was she clear to you? Were you just like holding your heart like she did? She killed that. She knocked that one out the park. She knocked that one out the park. Did she? She didn't made this man just say, you know what, forget it. Let's just move on. I'm not talking to you about the economy no more. This is just clearly something you don't want to talk about. I just let you talk for the last 30 minutes and you keep on skating around the damn question. I don't get it, bro. Michelle has been diagnosed with testicular, bro. Y'all play too daggone much. Y'all play too. This here's the thing. This interview happened, I believe, September. If I'm wrong, guys, somebody please correct me. September of 2024. 3 years, 9 months into her being vice president. And there was a huge border problem. 1 week into Trump becoming president again, there was no more border problems. How did he do that? Was it magic? What happened? Like just poof. He hired somebody to get on it. Shout out to Tom Homan. And he said, okay, and bye-bye. He got them up out of here. She brings up this border bill as much as she possibly can because I honestly don't know why. I'm be honest with you. I want to explain why she want to continue to bring up the border bill, but I don't know why. I really don't know why. Yeah. It was more than $56 billion within that border bill that was supposed to go to Ukraine. So I guess we were building a border to separate us from Ukraine, I guess, because y'all called it a border bill. Okay, while we putting $56 billion in Ukraine's pocket in the border bill. That's all I want to know. Of course, when Trump sees that, he's gonna be like, come on, bro. Of course, when he see that, he's gonna tell his people, yo, y'all see that? They trying to trick us again. Come on, do they think we're dumb? And they like, this is the only way we're gonna fix it. If we get our money for they was playing hardball. They were negotiating. This is what they were doing. So Americans' lives were in jeopardy because they just felt like negotiating. People were being unalived by
which have not been picked up. And then when there was a border security bill, my opponent decided to run on the problem instead of fixing the problem.
run on the
And
problem
understand
instead of fixing the
what that bill
problem.
would have done. That border security bill would have put 1,500 more agents at the border, which is why the Border Patrol Union supported it. It would have put more resources into stemming the flow of fentanyl.
But that was
which is
just
a
this past
scourge.
year. That was just this past year. What I was asking was,
It would have put 1,500 patrol officers at the border. That's what that border bill would have done. 1,500. Whoa. Do you know what Trump's 25% tariff on Mexico did? It's getting them to put 10,000 people at the border. 10,000 subtract 1,500 is 8,500. How were they able to just give us 8,500 more people? Unless my math is wrong. 1,500 versus 10,000. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be off. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. And we got them up out of here. They were playing games with America for all this time. All because they were trying to boost the economy with people that they brought in here into this country and gave them money, put money in their pockets to boost the economy. Just printing money. while our dollar go from being worth 100 pennies to 90 cent to 85 cent to 75 cent to, like, the dollar was going down and down because they just kept on printing money trying to boost the economy, all because they wanted to get that border bill signed. They wanted to bully us into getting the border bill. Well, y'all see how bad it is. If they really wanted to save this country, they would sign our border bill. So they create a problem and then they create a solution. They created the problem by opening the floodgates and bringing people over here, and then they created a solution, the border bill. They called it the border bill, and we were still giving Ukraine. Please make that make sense. Make that make sense to me. They were playing with people, and there's so many Democrats out there who won't even admit to that. They were playing. I'm a thinking man. I'm sorry. I voted Democrat my entire life. I even voted for Biden. I'm part of the reason why all these illegal immigrants was coming into the country. This is my fault. I don't take the blame. But look at me as a voter, Kamala, as somebody who voted Democrat my entire life. You're playing with my mind. You're trying to play with my intelligence. You created a problem, and then you created a solution to bully us into doing exactly what you wanted us to do, which is fund Ukraine. It was never about protecting the border. If they would have signed the border bill like we wanted them to do, we would have put 1,500 people on the border. Problem fixed. Nah, man, don't see. That's the thing. That's the whole thing that they did with the pandemic. I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing too much talking, but this is the mind I have. I still have the mind of a Democrat. Just new information that's conservative. My whole life is conservative, I have to say. Like, the way I live is conservative. No, not my whole life. Majority of my life is conservative. You know, the nuclear family, putting God, family, and country first, those things. But I always felt like it was like I had to vote for the black candidate, and they had to be a Democrat. So if they wasn't a Democrat, if they wasn't black, they had to be a Democrat. All right. I had to vote. That was one way that I had to vote. And y'all are still doing it. Y'all tried to bully us with that DEI stuff. Y'all tried to bully us with LGBTQAI plus stuff by pushing it on us. If you want us to fix it, then you got it, blah, 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 blah. You understand me? So this is why y'all lost. I am the reason why y'all lost. Like, not me, LFR family, but people like me who wanted just some understanding, some common sense from this side. And this is what y'all gave us. Complete bull, sugar, honey, iced tea. So we made a decision. It's not us being ignorant. It's not us being duped into becoming a part of a cult, a MAGA cult or nothing like that. It's us paying attention to what's going on. And y'all playing in our face, trying to act like we're stupid. We're not. We're smart as hell. And by we, I mean Democrats that are now conservative. You understand what I'm saying? This is something that they just want to completely disregard us. All they want to do is attack MAGA cult people, MAGA cult members. They all serve Daddy Trump. They all worship Daddy Trump and Elon. No, it's not always about that, man. Y'all are so damn childish sometimes. I saw y'all open up these borders and just bring everybody over here. And then every time somebody got unalived by them or got raped by them, y'all would turn a blind eye just so you won't have to face any type of accountability for what you did. That was a slap in my face. That was a slap in every single Democrat's face that voted Democrat their entire lives. That was a slap in anybody's faces that was supporting you. You created this problem. The Lake and Raleigh, what is it, Lake and Raleigh? Is that her name? Lake and Raleigh? That executive order wouldn't even exist if you guys didn't play the game that y'all played. Y'all love to play little games with people, and I hate that shit, man. Excuse my French, guys. Y'all ain't know I was bilingual. My bad. Okay, let's move forward. I'm sorry.
Was it a mistake to kind of allow
These incredible men and women who are working around the clock, because again, they don't have the resources they need. We need an act of Congress who carries the purse to do it. Donald Trump told them don't act. I talked with the Border Patrol agents, some of the leaders. Part of the issue that they identified is we need more asylum judges. We need more processing of people who are coming to our border, and the resources aren't there. You know how those resources commensurate with the need get dedicated? Congress has to act.
But I guess my question is, it's a pretty simple one. If this is the right answer now, what you tried to do with the bipartisan bill.
And what we tried to do
spring.
on day one, Bill, and what we tried to do on day one, when we came in, first order of business before we did the Inflation Reduction Act, before we did successfully, by the way, without one Republican vote, before we did the infrastructure, the bipartisan infrastructure bill, before we passed the first meaningful piece of legislation to deal with gun violence in America in 30 years, the first thing we did.
Also, guys, if you're just now entering the chat, I want y'all to know that this video that I'm listening to is a little low. So if you wouldn't mind turning your volume up just a little bit, if the volume to my microphone was low, please let me know as well. All right. All right. And also, my bad if I seem a little upset right now. I'm not. I'm not. I'm just another concerned American. I want our country to actually be great. I actually give a damn about the future of my kids and kids and potential kids. Okay. I want us to be healthier again as well. I want us to be technologically sound. I want us to be the superpowers of the world again. I want that. I think we will be safer if that happens. Right now, we are trending in that direction. Kamala Harris, this is her unedited video on 60 Minutes. And the reason why we're watching this is because for anybody that was a Democrat and this is your very first time voting conservative, I am talking to you specifically right now. I'm talking to you specifically. If you're feeling like you have buyer's remorse because Democrats are selling you fear right now, they're making you feel like you made a bad decision. I want you to listen to this wholeheartedly and understand that you made a great choice by voting for Trump. Is he doing some things that you probably are questioning right now? Hey, so be it. And continue to hold him accountable. That's what I plan on doing on this channel. I might lose some supporters, but so be it. Because we have some people who are fans of Trump and he can do no wrong no matter what. Can't do anything about them. We're not there. That's not who we are. We are Democrats that are voting Republican now. Now we're conservative. We're conservative. We're brand new conservatives. And I want you to see how they were playing in our faces. And every single solution that they had was to blame Trump. Trump did not open the gates to all of these illegal immigrants. And nobody got mad on the left. Nobody on the left got mad, got upset with Kamala and Biden for doing what they did. They are responsible for people being robbed on the streets. They are responsible for illegal immigrants running up in people's homes. They are responsible for young girls being raped and unalived in broad daylight. They are responsible for a lady being burned alive on a New York train. They are responsible, and nobody's holding them accountable at all. You have this information. They was calling it misinformation. Does this look like misinformation? We know what they did. She's saying it right now. But they didn't care as long as their bill to continue to fund Ukraine was signed. And they always want to hide it under the guise of we're doing it the right way. We're going through Congress. We're trying to make sure everybody is involved, that it's a community effort. On day one, we tried. Nobody want to hear try. We want to hear do. We didn't vote you into office to try. You didn't become president and vice president to try. You became president and vice president to do. Y'all are the most powerful people in the world. You can do it. You ain't have to try shit. Excuse my French, guys. I don't like being played with. I'm sorry. And if you're a Democrat and you're mad at me for voting for Trump, for all these people that are losing their jobs and U.S. aid being shut down and all this, everything that's going on right now, I don't care about you being upset with me. Because I saw what they did. I did not like what they were doing. And I'm saying we need to give somebody else another shot. And this dude in his first week, Trump in his first week cleared out all of the illegals, cleared a great majority of them out. Boom. And made their countries promise to put their own patrol along our borders to protect it. They said it wasn't possible. He did it his first freaking week, first 2 weeks. But they was trying, and this was 3 months and 3 years and 9 months into her job as a vice president, and she said, we're trying. Do you want to vote for that? That would tell me that 3 years and 3 months into her next, if she became the president, if she was the one to win, everything that she promised, she would still be trying 3 years and 9 months into her administration. Is that what you want? This was not about America. This was about her. This was about her resume. This was about them looking good. I'm sorry, that's how I feel about it. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me all you want. Because you got people out there, some of their leaders, like I watch Roland Martin, I watch Mark Lamont Hill, I watch CNN. I still watch all them guys. I told y'all, I am a Democrat that is new to being a Republican. I'm a Republican. I registered as a Republican after Obama's first term. That's when I registered, but I still voted blue because that's what I do. I vote blue. I vote for black. Somebody black. Okay, cool. I'm voting for him. We voting for him. Is that what we doing? All right, Democrat. We voting for Democrat. Who we voting for? All right, that's what we doing. All right, cool. I ain't have to look into the information. I ain't have to become studied on anything that they were doing. I just had to believe that they had my back. That's it. That's how they sell you the dream. Like how she says she's going to fix the economy by robbing Peter to pay Paul. We're going to build up small businesses by taxing big businesses. What? And all of the economists trust in my plan. But yet, when she had the opportunity to speak to these businessmen, she refused. But Trump, he went and sat down in front of them, knew that all of them had an issue with his tariffs because they didn't understand it. They're not supposed to. But guess what his tariffs have done in the first two? Okay, I'm talking too much. First 2 weeks, bruh, his tariffs that they all denied has been kicking ass. Bruh, do y'all understand that? First 2 weeks, the tariffs that they kept on talking sugar honey iced tea about has been kicking ass.
Was to offer a comprehensive solution to create a pathway for citizenship and for people to earn it, and to deal with what we need to do to put more resources to ensure that we are able to heighten our level of security at the border.
So we do need to move on because our time is short, but I'm trying to understand how it is that with this emphasis on the border, the numbers of crossings quadruple under the first 3 years of the Biden-Harris administration. How did that happen?
More than quadrupled. More, far more. He said quadrupled. No, brother. I don't know how much, but it's way more than quadrupled. I'm sorry. It's way more than quadrupled.
There are a variety of factors that relate to what we have seen
Let's hear it.
globally and what we are not immune from at our own border in terms of what we have seen in terms of surge of immigration and irregular migration. And there are solutions at hand, but we've got to have leaders who are solution oriented, which we've been and are, and I am going forward, instead of leaders who want to make it a problem they can run on.
It's talking about that person you're mentioning right now. You have accused.
Bruh, she's not doing a great. Benny Johnson, brother, I don't know if you're going to see this, but I have a message for Benny Johnson. Benny Johnson, I don't always agree with you, but when you said that she was the R word that rhymes with tarted, in this interview, unedited, you were right. I have to agree. And guys, I apologize for the volume difference in this video. The volume to the original unedited version of Kamala in 60 Minutes is a little low. So my apologies. If you got to put your head away from the microphone, away from the speakers when I speak, but then put your head closer to the speakers when she's speaking. So I'm going to try not to stop too much, but my apologies on that. All right. But I just wanted y'all to see how ridiculous she sounds. She just now dodged the question again because she had no answer, and she decided to blame Trump again. But she did it in the political jargon way, where she wanted to say the same thing that she wanted to drive home. I never trusted politicians who did that. Never. That shows me someone who has been trained to go out there and say certain talking points that my opponent wants to run on a problem instead of a solution. That's all her job was, to go out there and say that. I don't know how many times she had to say it, but they said, make sure that you drive this point home. And when they talk about this, make sure you drive this point home. Always bring your opponent in and say that same thing. We want American voters to remember that part. They will remember it better if she just communicate honestly. I know I would, because all this BS about my opponent, he wants to run on a problem and I want to run on a solution. It's dumb as hell. It's stupid. And then she smirks as if she did something well. You did not. You're not going to, I can't believe that there's all of these Democrats out here that are pissed off at people like myself for having common damn sense and thinking for myself. I cannot believe that. I honestly cannot believe that. You can't make this stuff up.
So let's just break down what you just talked about and talk about it in the context of the words.
No, the hell I did not. No, the hell I didn't. Who told you that? No, the hell I did not. I voted for Biden when he ran because, I was still in the mindset of voting Democrat only, blue no matter who. That's what I voted for. But this time when I went to the voting booth, and I made people mad, I voted Trump, bro. That's who I voted for. God dang it. Don't be trying to put that. Don't put that on my name. Don't put that on me. You voted for Kamala. I ain't voting no daggone Kamala. Okay, okay, let me play. Turn your volumes up when she's talking.
That Donald Trump has spoken and the actions he has taken, and whether that is reflective of who we are as Americans, knowing we have so much more in common than what separates us. We have a former president who wants to be president again, who has a bouquet of microphones in front of him, who has said the most vile lies about a group of legal immigrants in Springfield, Ohio.
Who cares? He said that they're eating their cats. They're eating their dogs. People saw them taking people cats and taking people dogs and some of them was doing it and most of them was not. But he said some things that were reported to him. Why is he always getting in trouble for saying what's being reported in the cities that these things are happening? He did the same thing with I don't even know, was the Carter Five? I don't know which one it was, but that's all he does. He talks about what's being reported. He reads the news all day long. He's paying attention to what's happening around this world. That's what he was talking about. And then don't even do this to yourself, because the black community have been talking about how Asians eat dogs all the daggone time. This orange chicken, I never tasted any meat there with this texture before. It's delicious, though. They did a damn good job cooking it. What if we are eating a dog? Because we know that in some countries, that's what they eat. He wasn't being racist. I mean, it's not racist pointing out what's being actually reported. It's not. But that's the card that they love to play on the left. They're going to play the race card to save this. That's what they're going to play. All right. And people who voted Democrat was just eating that up. Man, you right. He being racist, bro. He talking about they eating dogs, bro. He talking about they eating cats, man. He racist as hell, bro. He trying to get rid of DEI, man. He hate black people, bro. He think he's scared of us. He think we gonna take his job. He trying to turn the American flag into the Confederate flag. That's what people are saying now. The new flag on the website, I don't know which website, they're saying it no longer have 50 stars, 51 stars. It currently has 9 stars on it, 50 stars. It currently has 9 stars on it. And you know why they're trying to do it. They're trying to make it look like the Confederate flag. Because him and Elon Musk, they are the head of the new KKK called MAGA. People are ridiculous, bro. Yeah, she do sound slash, man. Real eyes, real eyes, real lies. And that's what woke was initially for. That third eye, that real eye will realize when somebody is really lying to you. They will look beyond the BS. I'm the real version of woke. I'm sorry. The new version, the everything is racist version, nah. The people that's playing the race card just to get what they want, nah. You know, the left is the new woke, that silly woke. The real woke is making sure you see beyond somebody's BS with your third eye. Simply asking God for the gift of discernment.
And if I may, Bill, let me just say something. You know, from the time I was a prosecutor to attorney general to now vice president, I learned very early in my career, when the voters bestow on you the authority to have these positions, you must be very thoughtful about how you use that microphone in front of you. And, when I was Attorney General, the words I spoke could move markets. So the idea that the former president, who again is running to be president, would use that microphone in a way that is about vilifying and demeaning a whole population of people. You know what has happened because of that? One day when this happened was a school day, picture day for an elementary school. Picture day. You know what picture day is for our children? They get excited the night before. We put out the clothes they're going to wear. They go to school making sure their faces are clean and their hair is done. And they go to school for picture day. You know what happened to these children? They had to evacuate that day.
Thank you, everyone, for the super chats. I really appreciate you guys.
Because of the fear of the threats that were being issued in Springfield because of the words of Donald Trump. So I say that I'm glad you are pointing these, and I have traveled around our country, and I've met with people of every background and walk of life, including people who have supported Donald Trump in the past, who say to me they're ready to turn the page. They're exhausted with what he has been doing and that approach, and they want to chart a new way forward for our country.
So was democracy best served by President Biden stepping down and basically handing you a nomination? You didn't have to go through a primary process. You didn't have to fight off other contenders. That's not really the way our system was intended to work.
So President Biden made a decision that I think history is going to show is rare among leaders, which was to put country before self.
Excuse me.
And I am proud to have earned the support of the vast majority of delegates and to have been elected the Democratic nominee to be Vice President of the United States. I am honored to have received the support and endorsement of over 200 Republicans who served in the last 3 Republican presidential administrations. I am proud to have earned the support of leaders of our national security community. I am proud to have received the endorsement of leaders around this country from every background and walk of life to fight in this election over the next month for our democracy and the principles upon which it stands. What is at stake in this election? You mentioned our democracy is whether we are a nation that abides by and respects the rule of law, and that we have a president who is the champion of following and respecting and upholding rule of law.
But I would
not
think that
someone who has been convicted of 34 felonies, who tried to overturn the free and fair election, which was the will of the people on January 6th. Not someone who has said he would be a dictator on day one. Not someone who has said, and these are his words, he would terminate the Constitution of the United States of America.
But I think this truncated process is why people think or say they don't really know who you are.
Well, Bill, there's no question. Look.
All right, first of all, and guys, again, if you're just now tuning in, because some people are coming in and going out, please make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. That would be extremely helpful. And for everyone who are submitting a super chat and buying me a coffee, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. I see it. All right, so she just now talked about the whole democracy thing. First of all, you wasn't voted in. You wasn't elected as the presidential candidate. You was not. I don't care how many people support you being the person to move forward, that support you now. We get it. You're the person that was selected, and everybody they were told that this is the direction we're going. That's not elected. That's not democracy. Sorry. I don't care how you look at it. You can try to justify it by saying 200 people, over 200 people from the last 3 Republican administrations and blah 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 blah. Nobody gives a damn. Don't care. Also, guys, the volume to Kamala's video is a little low. So if you wouldn't mind turning it up, I would appreciate that. And I'm gonna try not to speak too loudly in my microphone, so that I'm not blowing your eardrums out. Okay. Pause. All right. So what else? So then she goes into talking about how Trump was talking about on day one he's going to be a dictator. She's talking about Project 2025 that was put out. And I'm gonna let y'all know this, guys. A lot of you don't look at a whole bunch of Democratic stuff because y'all aren't Democrats. And I get it. Y'all aren't. Y'all aren't the type of people that's just going to sit down and watch a few shows of CNN just to get both sides. I still do that. I like to have an objective view of both sides. All right. I like to see Abby Phillips sitting up there on her panel with 4 Democrats going against Scott Jennings, who just demolishes them all with truth. I like that. But I also check out other things as well. Saying all that to say this. Donald Trump was very transparent in saying exactly what he was going to do to fix up this country. He said that our country was crooked. The 3-letter agencies were crooked. And he saw that firsthand by how you all attacked him, how you all created a criminal so that you can call him a criminal. You created a felon so that you can use that in your sales pitch by saying he's a convicted felon. You wanted to call him that, so you created that. The same way you wanted to solve the border issue, so you created a border issue by bringing over all of these undocumented humans. Okay? We saw the plans. Democrats saw the plan. And that's why a lot of people, you would have voted. I mean, you would have won if it wasn't for all the BS that y'all was doing. Y'all didn't even try to hide it. The thing is, people were ready for the truth. They were ready for somebody, no matter how mean his moves would be or would seem. We wanted someone who would be transparent with us and tell us what they were going to do. And then give us an opportunity to say, you know what, at the voting booth, tell us at the voting booth if, tell us, give us the truth. And then at the voting booth, we can actually decide based off of that, their transparency or the other side's lies. And you guys kept on calling him a liar. That in and of itself is a lie. Because a lot of the things that he was saying is absolutely true. I'm sorry. Like, this is why a whole bunch of people switched from Democrat to Republican this go round. Now, a lot of people are still buying the fear. I want y'all to understand that I'm still locked in to the left side. My algorithm is still half left and half right. I promise you. So I see a lot of Trump's wins, and I see a lot of the people that are extremely fearful of where Trump is right now and what he's doing. I want y'all to understand that. And again, guys, listen, I'm trying my best to come from a real place. People have been asking me, bro, how come you haven't put on your MAGA hat yet? Because I really fool with MAGA. I rock with y'all. Y'all are absolutely dope. I'm just not at that point where I'm ready to wear merch. That's it. That would be fake of me to do that. It would be extremely disingenuous for me to do that. But for me to go out of my way to talk about things the way I do on my channel, I'm trying to tell you, it does negatively impact extremely. It is extremely negatively impactful on my life. Even my wife voted Kamala. We had a Kamala sign in our front yard. I could have put a Trump sign out there and really pissed my wife off, but I'm trying to keep my home happy, Jack. And no, it's not happy wife, happy life. It's happy spouse, happy house. I'm still the man. I make decisions for my family. But I decided not to just vote blindly because someone was black or because it was a Democratic candidate. I actually listened this time. And because I listened this time, I voted for Trump. And I believe that's why a whole bunch of other people did it as well. For real. Let me see. Van, do you smell that barbecue? Let's LFR fan barbecue with viewers. Man, I don't understand that, Shane, but I'm sure you saying something real dope. And thank you for the super chat. Also, turn up the volume for Kamala because she's a little low. And thank you so much. I really appreciate you for real. Her people are trying so hard to get her in on the news cycle, but Trump is still dominating. They need to get her in on the news cycle. And people need to watch this unedited version of the interview and see how much of a liar she was. As a matter of fact, I'm not even let's not even call her a liar. Let's not call her a liar. She is very well rehearsed. She is misrepresenting the facts. But this is not something that the Democrats will ever admit to. And it pisses me off because when I'm watching CNN, I don't understand why they just won't admit it. It's because they are all tied into the same propaganda, the same agenda. But yet they want Trump to do exactly to bend to their will. It don't work that way. This dude was transparent as hell. He told us exactly what he was going to do, and we still voted for him because we want to see it get done. We weren't scared by the tariffs. You all were. And now look at what's happening. Colombia is bending. Canada is bending. Mexico's bending. Panama has bent. China, don't know yet. China may not never bend. China is scary. Just saying, China is scary, guys. Something I'd actually concern myself with. Thank you so much for the super chat, big dog. Bone Jangles. Left or right, we need to get back to common sense and stop letting politicians divide us. I appreciate your take on things, and I hope your channel grows. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to be as honest as possible on my channel, and I'm letting y'all know that where I am right now, there's absolutely not 1% fakery to what I'm doing. Not 1%. So hopefully that's worth something. All right. All right. I mean, because if I can promise not to lie to y'all, hopefully that goes a little far. All right. Thank you again, brother. That was a blessing. I don't even know why people bless me like this, but y'all are just God. I don't know what God is doing, but thank you, Lord. Her people are trying so hard to get her in the news cycle. Okay, we read that. Yeah, I absolutely believe that, and I hope she gets in there. My wife is watching with you. Tell Stephanie I want her chocolate cake she put in the fridge. Hey, Stephanie, Shane wants his chocolate cake. So get your butt in the kitchen, woman. That's how he said it. I don't talk to women like that. I ain't got no time to be choked by my wife. She's something else. She's a black woman, an angry black woman. She's not angry. She's a sweetheart. That's my baby. She was selected so they could keep stealing our tax dollars to load their pockets through USAID. From everything that I'm starting to see, I'm starting to agree with that. I'm seeing the information is starting to pour out, all because of the people that Trump is putting into place. And we can't deny it. We cannot deny it. A lot of money is being funneled through countries. Ilhan Omar, for Somalia alone, since 2022, 2.3 billion, bit with a B for boy, has gone to Somalia in 2 years. Taxpayer dollars hard at work. There's some effery going on. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm on this side now, because you all are willing to say, you know what? We don't trust what's going on with the government. We need to investigate a little bit more. And it's unfortunate that it takes a president to be shot at twice, almost stripped of $400 million of his own hard-earned money by Letitia James, We called her Rasputia before from Norbit, but that was mean. So I'm not going to call her Rasputia anymore. But a lot of bad things had to happen to him to say, you know what? If I ever become president again, when I become president again, we're going to make sure that they are held accountable. And what did Biden do? Biden put a whole bunch of preemptive pardons on everyone that was complicit. Not everyone that we just don't want him to mess with your families. We know you're not guilty of anything. We just don't want him to mess with your families. Bull. It wasn't that. Hunter Biden got cleared all the way back to 2014. What the hell was he into since 2014? Fauci? Bruh, this dude is dirty as hell. So many people got cleared far back, 10 years. He can't do nothing to you now. Crooks, bro.
I've been in this race for 70 days. And there is work to be done. It is without any question a short period of time. There's no question about that, which is why I'm traveling around our country. As I said earlier, I mean, you've seen me. I'm from one state to the next to the next. I don't know how many states I've been in this last week alone. Literally, I've lost count. So it is my responsibility to earn the vote. And I'm going to work to do that.
3/4 of the American voters, or likely voters, say that they are concerned about the possibility of election-related violence. And with 2 assassination attempts against former President Trump, the country seems near a boiling point. What can you do? What should you do to lower the temperature?
Well, first, let's start with those attempts, assassination attempts on the former president. I was deeply disturbed, shocked.
That they missed. She can't even look the interviewer in his eyes as she answers this. Speaking of this whole attempt at his life, I was deeply shocked that the person we paid to do it did not get the job done. I'm sorry, but that's how I see what she just now said. Maybe y'all see it differently, but that's what I just now heard. That's what I just now heard.
And shaken, frankly, when they happened. I called the former president to check on him. But it is really important that all of us speak loudly, regardless of who we're voting for, to say our differences have to be settled at the ballot box and not through violence. We cannot lose our soul in terms of who we are as Americans by resorting to violence to settle our differences, much less to make a decision about who's going to be the next president of the United States.
Let's hit on some more foreign policy. Which foreign country do you consider to be our—
Is she fighting the bug? Are you fighting the gnat? And it's just so, guys, please tell me this. Do y'all believe that she gave a damn that Trump was shot at? Do y'all believe? Please let me know in the comments. A thumbs up if you think she cared. Thumbs down if you think she didn't give a damn, bro. If she wished that they would have been a little bit more successful. Please let me know, man, because she just seems so daggone fake. She just seems so damn fake, bro. Like, I don't get it, man. She cared that they missed. She was upset. Hell no, she didn't care. Look at this right here, man. They sounding off, bro. They know that she didn't give a damn. And the fact she was just an outright liar, bro. She was just an outright liar. I'm not even a good study of people, and I'm not trying to cause any mass. I'm not trying to just poop on her because she lost. I'm not trying to say bad things because it's popular too in a conservative space. I do realize that sometimes if you say certain things about certain people, it could ring off as something great to hear to the opposition. That's not what I'm doing. My thing is, she act like she cares about people and she does not. That's it. That's it. She's taking a high road while she poos on Americans. Thumbs down, pink poop, thumbs down. She don't give up. Hey, best auntie ever. Shout out to best auntie ever. Let me tell you something, man. These people, I don't like that, bro. I'm sorry. I never was into politics. I thought it was boring as hell. But since she's been running against in the last 2 years, politics has been exciting. I love it. It is going to continue to get exciting. And there will be some ups and downs. But I was paying attention to it as a Democrat, from the eyes and heart of a Democrat, bro. But for someone who's living as a conservative, nuclear family, God family first, country, education, all of the important things first, before all of the effery. I said before the effery. That means I still do the effery. You know what I mean? My family is boycotting Target. My friends are boycotting Target. They're boycotting McDonald's. They're boycotting Amazon. They're boycotting McDonald's. Okay? That's my family and friends. It is me that's separated away from the herd. I separated away from the herd because I started reading. I started paying attention. I started listening objectively to the other side. I actually gave a damn about the candidates that were involved this time, that were running for my vote. I cared this time. And I did not allow these idiots to play with my head. But the herd I swayed from, they say that I'm the fool, that I am a part of a cult now. If you over there, then be over there. F you. That's how it is. They show you like that so quickly that they didn't care anyway. They just wanted you to be the monolith that they always claim to the world that they are not. You know what my problem is? My biggest issue is this. As a black man, this is my biggest issue. My biggest issue is this. I never once wanted to compete against the white man. I never wanted to be like the white man. I never wanted to have what the white man has. I never looked at the white man's life as being so superior that I needed to like live up to that. I'm cool with being who I am. But the left, everything is about competing with the white man. Everything is about getting opportunities like the white man. White supremacy. Systemic racism. Being held under the thumb of white society and white civilization for 400 years. I don't believe in that stuff, man. I put God first before anything. God and family, Jack. And God says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I didn't see anything in the Bible about racism and white supremacy. But the Bible talks about slavery, bro. Come on, you ain't see that? The Bible talks about slavery. Why do we always want to put one race of individuals as the slaves I don't just think slavery and be like black people. No, I don't. Sorry. Just like I don't think DEI and be like black people. That is such an idiotic, weak, soft, sucker ass way to think. If you claim to be the kings and queens that you are from the mighty Africa, with the richest soil in the world, most beautiful melanin skin ever created by the Lord, then why are you always trying to downplay your life and live up to what other races of individuals are doing? And you want to demand that they help you walk side by side with them. Nah, I don't subscribe to that.
Our greatest adversary.
Well, there are different reasons that we should be thoughtful about each. Most recently, I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. And look, I mean, Iran has American blood on their hands. Okay. And what we saw in terms of just this attack on Israel, 200 ballistic missiles, um, what we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be a nuclear power, that is one of my highest priorities.
So if you
And
have
that must
proof that
be.
Iran is building a nuclear weapon, would you take military action?
I'm not going to talk about hypotheticals at this moment.
What about China? China is strongly asserting its dominance, its control of the South China Sea, especially around
Yeah.
the Philippines. What is the U.S. responsibility for keeping China from simply taking over the South China Sea?
Well, I have actually worked very closely with the leaders in the Philippines on just this very issue, and including the work that we are doing in terms of coordination between our military and training, and what needs to happen in terms of protecting the freedom of the South China Sea. China, first of all, we must win the competition for the 21st century with China. We must be able to compete and win.
What the hell does that mean? I'm sorry, guys. The video of Kamala talking is a little low in volume. So I'm going to need for you guys to just lift your volume up just a little bit. My apologies if you're just now entering the chat, because I've seen this before. The sound is low when it comes to Kamala. Lift that up just a little bit. What the hell does that mean? We gotta win. We gotta win the 21st century. She said that earlier in the conversation. This is another thing that she was trained with her robotic ass. Somebody just stuck. Did somebody stick a USB up your ass? They got these, okay, and you just glitch and go to that part. Just tighten your butt cheeks, and that answer just pop up. You just tighten you. They ask you a question about it, and you just tighten your butt cheeks. Just then talk about winning the 21. So he's running on a problem and not a solution. They got to pay their fair share. Like, keep saying the same things when certain things are brought up. She sounds like a robot, bro. I promise you. And I don't trust that. I never did. I don't like it. I don't even like when politicians talking and pointing with their thumb. I don't like that. I got some crazy pet peeves when it comes to this stuff, man. Like, all I want to hear is some real transparent answers of actual plan, and she had none, and that's why nobody voted for her ass.
We should not seek conflict, but we have to understand that there are parameters in which we must operate that include ensuring, for example, that we protect American business interests.
So say if
What
China
we-
attacks Taiwan, would we use military force to support Taiwan?
Bill, I'm not going to get into hypotheticals, but listen, we need to make sure that we maintain a one China policy, but that includes supporting Taiwan's ability to defend itself, including what we need to do to ensure the freedom of the Taiwan Strait. But on the issue of China, we also, again, these are not, we cannot afford to have foreign policy that is myopic. We must be able to also, as it relates to China, continue to do the work that we have begun to deal with the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States. That's a real issue. Again, you talk to families around our country who I on a constant, sadly, regular basis meet parents and family members of people who have died from fentanyl, young people who have died from fentanyl.
That Trump fixed in his first 2 weeks. And when you recorded this interview, you were 3 years and 9 months in into your job. She was not impressive at all to me. I pray some Democrats watch this. I pray some Democrats watch this. As a matter of fact, I hope y'all send this to somebody so it can get to some Democrats so they can see this. Bro, for somebody who was paying attention, Democrat who is now voting Republican. I was registered as Republican for a long time, but I never voted Democrat. I mean, never voted Republican, only Democrat. I even voted for Biden and Kamala, so part of what they did is my fault. My bad. But I pray some Democrats see this because, bro, I was one of the ones that was not fooled by staying in that little echo chamber of delusion that you guys decided to stay in. I broke out and I looked elsewhere. And I need y'all to see what she is doing right now. This chick did. She was not ready. She was not ready. She was a black woman who was a defense attorney and a prosecution DA, and she did all these things. She worked in the Senate, and she graduated from Howard University, and she had a phenomenal career, and she's a beautiful black woman who can do anything. She will be a great president, especially if we're going to put that orange man that don't even know how to tie his own shoes, and he's so stupid, don't know what to do with anything, and he's just up there lying all the time. Well, how could you possibly believe that Kamala is not better than him? What? This is why she was not ready. She was not ready. And this is why we are checking out this unedited interview from 60 Minutes. She was not ready. I hope some Democrats watch this. She wasn't ready.
Are we going to stop trying to stem the flow of fentanyl? And we have to deal with that and understand China's role in that and our ability to work with China to stop that flow, which we have begun to do and I'm going to continue to do. We need to make sure we have open lines of communication with China, in particular, military to military. So these issues are all, they're multifaceted.
So what about Russia and Ukraine? What does the end of the war? You have said that the country is exhausted.
Yes.
With the rhetoric and the finger pointing. How about you? Are you exhausted?
I'll be exhausted on November 6th. Not now. Not now. Too much to do. Too much to do.
Madam Vice President, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Good to be with you.
Well, can we just get just a little bit of a question, please, so I can get it from the short?
Yeah. You need me talking?
Yes, sir.
Well, we were talking about how you're going to pay for it, and I mean, I truly do mean it. Your plans are logical, make logical sense.
Mm-hmm.
The way Washington works is not logical. So how are you going to convince a divided Congress that what you say, your plans, are something that they should all agree to and provide to the American people when they've shown no inclination to do that up to this point?
Is that what you needed?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. 30 seconds of silence, please, for room time.
This was embarrassing, bro. I'm glad they released this, and I hope and pray that many Democrats see this. I want Jasmine Crockett to see it. I want Roland Martin to see it. I want all of the Democrats to see it. I don't, you name it. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this with me. Thank you for dealing with the volume situation that was going on. Again, my apologies. I'll try to pick a better way to make sure that the volume is more balanced in my live streams. But I saw that it was a real problem, a real issue. It kept coming up the entire live stream. So my apologies for that. Hopefully you got something substantive out of this conversation. You have a better understanding as to how Democrats look at this, are watching this entire watch the entire thing play out with Kamala running up against Trump. They fed us lies. They still do. They feeding us fear. They're feeding fear right now, and they always will. All I can do right now is try my best to hold Trump accountable, because I believe that he will do a phenomenal job as president. And I do not have buyer's remorse. I do have questions. Hopefully I can get some answers to those questions. We've been here long enough, but I do appreciate you guys rocking with me. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. And I'll see y'all tomorrow morning on the live stream. Don't forget, I do some coaching on this old YouTube thing. Thank you. Thank you to all my mods. Y'all did extra work tonight, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And everyone who submitted a super chat, thank you so much. Everyone else that's considering doing YouTube, we have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.